So you put a Sequoia on 37s to haul your family to the trails.
You bet, man. We needed to fit, and that's where we're headed.
Well, very cool. All right, we're here with the world famous PupperRunner, and we're here to walk around and check out this 2022, 2023
2023
Toyota Sequoia.
That's the one. TRD Pro.
TRD Pro.
Yep.
So let's check it out.
Definitely.
So let's start with the front end. What did you do here?
So the front end, we've got all Baja Designs lighting throughout the entire vehicle. For the bumper, we actually took a Tundra bumper from CBI and kind of got it to fit. We were kind of the experiment, if you will, on this new Sequoia, because not many people have done it aside from descent off-road. But
that's right.
So we did the Tundra full-size bumper with the bull bar, which is great. There's a couple things that we still have to work out, because the actual Tundra underneath the headlights comes straight down, but on the Sequoia it bulges out. So it contacts a little bit on this side, not so much on that side. That's pretty much what we have right now. Kept all the sway bar and all that stuff, and we are sitting on 37s as well. So having that bumper gave us the clearance that we really wanted.
Have you ran into any issues with sensors or anything like that,
no,
bracketry
actually,
or moving stuff around?
The sensors on the front were great. We have no issues there. The rear, though, when we get to that side, I'll discuss a little bit more about what we had to do to fix that.
Okay, well, cool. And obviously it's V3, so you have your camo wrap.
Yep, we've got the camo wrap. We wanted to do a kind of throwback to our initial PupperRunner rig. We had a 4Runner that was wrapped in the same Alpine camo. This time Lucid Wraps actually wrapped it, and he decided he wanted to go for a gloss. I kind of just let him go with it, and we couldn't be more stoked on it. The gloss looks great with the newer vehicles.
Oh, yeah.
But we also added some multicam black in there as well to kind of offset it.
I love it.
Yeah,
and are these headlights factory?
No, these aren't. These are actually the Alpha Rex headlights.
Ooh.
These are the new ones that equate with the Tundra. So a lot of the parts on the Sequoia, as they have been in prior years, they fit with the Tundra and Sequoia and vice versa. So these are actually their new headlights on that with the amber DRL to kind of match with the Raptor
looks
lights.
Phenomenal.
They're cool, man. They're super cool and bright too.
And then going along with lighting, you have obviously all Bajas. Are those the new SAE approved
These are the
ones?
new SAEs.
How are you liking those?
I actually got to harass them a little bit and see if we can get the S2s in here as well, because right now we have these wired together, so it's not compliant per se, but yeah, those are the new SAE squadrons, man, and we love them. They're bright, super bright.
I've heard amazing things about them.
Yeah, they're great.
All right, let's move on to the wheel tire setup.
Sure.
And then into the suspension, because that's a big thing.
That's right. So for the wheel and tire setup, we're running the Relation Race wheels. That's the RR7s. They were awesome and kind enough to kind of hook us up with those. Wrapping that wheel, we've got the Nitto Recon Grappler, 37 by 1150, and it just is. It fits extremely well on this vehicle. We're stoked for it.
Is this a 17 or an 18?
A 17, which
the wheel.
The wheel's a 17, yeah. Sorry,
so they do fit 17s.
It's a 17, yep. It definitely is. The only
Fun fact.
The only thing that I'd probably want to change is if one of the brake companies comes out with something. Usually they only fit an 18-inch wheel. So
that makes sense.
So we may change that up at some point just to have a little bit more stopping power.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's great, man. It's done great. For the suspension, we've got Total Chaos uppers, and we're actually running Locked Off Road. So Locked Off Road is kind of a smaller company.
Yeah.
And we love helping out the small guy, the little man. And
they've been coming up the last few years, and I've heard great things. And good,
I have no complaints.
Good customer service. They tried to do right.
Yep, I think they're comparable with Kings, to be honest. They're pretty good, and the quality, fit and finish is great. Yeah. And again, it was kind of a trial basis because nobody had anything for this Sequoia, so we were definitely trying to make sure we could kind of start off on a good foot.
Totally.
So that definitely helped.
And then obviously Total Chaos is tried and true.
Tried and true, man. You can't complain. We may, part of us wants to long travel it and the other part of us wants to keep it practical.
Just like the Tundra.
Yep, exactly.
Got to go back to the V2 version.
That's right.
Hard coming off that.
Fiberglass. I actually contacted Fiberworks to see if they'd allow us to try and fit some, and they just said it's probably going to be impossible to do. So, yeah.
Well, I'm sure Advance might come up with something.
I'm sure I'll have to talk with John, see what he can do.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, moving back. We've got XL80 ditch lights on the actual Baja Designs brackets, which are solid brackets.
Wow, so Baja Designs makes a bracket now for their ditch lights on multiple vehicles, or just the
I believe it's multiple vehicles, yeah. I'm pretty sure they've got a few different sets. I'd have to talk to them a bit more, but
That's exciting.
These are solid. I mean, they don't move hardly at all if you check. I mean, there's hardly any wiggle to them. So.
And then what is this right here?
So that's a Midland ghost antenna, and we actually have our Midland ran into the inside, and we've always been with Midland. They're a great company, and they're always super supportive of us and all our builds. So that's kind of what we're focusing on.
That's rad. Well, I love it. So let's keep going.
Definitely.
You kept the TRD.
The boards, yep. So we're kind of still waiting for CBI to develop a few things for it. And,
Totally.
And when we do get the sliders, it'll be CBI for sure.
Yeah.
Because they've got some pretty stellar ones, and their armor's great. I mean, it really is pretty solid.
And you ran CBI on your 4Runner, and then was it C4 on the Tundra?
We had Hefty on the 4Runner.
That's right.
And then we had C4 on our Tundra. Yeah,
that's right.
Correct.
Yeah.
And all of them are solid armor companies.
Yeah,
I mean, they're great.
It's great just seeing and changing it up a bit, you know, over the years.
Definitely.
Getting the right style.
The guys at CBI are wonderful people, and they're more than welcome to help, and they've been great through this entire build. So we're pretty stoked with them.
So going along with CBI, we have a
Prinsu, moving to the Prinsu. So we've got a Prinsu full rack, and what's cool about this is there's actually a channel from the TRD Pro, and I think other Sequoia models as well, from the factory roof rack channels, and it just bolts directly in there, so there's no drilling. No anything really to it.
Oh, that's
it's a two-piece design. So right here, there's actually a seam.
I was noticing that.
Yeah, there's a seam right here, and I think the main reason for that's just to help with shipping. You know, keeps shipping costs down a little bit. But.
I know. As soon as it starts getting long like that, it's palletized, and then you get charged by the pallet.
Yeah,
so
it ain't cheap. I'm sure.
It's not cheap.
Moving to the front of that, we actually have the XL80 linkables there, which is an insanely bright system.
I was wondering about that because I had two XL80s back in the day, like some knockoff ones, and they were unbelievable.
Yep.
But I couldn't imagine, having
We've got
8 of the real deal.
8 linked together plus 2 for the ditch lights. So I mean, it's a lot of light. We actually went out with Baja and did a whole photo shoot out, and I mean,
can't wait to see photos from
blinding. It was definitely blinding. Yeah. So, up top, we've got a new tent by Free Spirit Recreation. That is the High Country V2. That'll be coming out here soon, and it's
High Country V2.
It's killer. Yeah, with a big family, that was one of the reasons that we got the Sequoia, was so that we could fit all our kids and still be able to camp. And when we were looking at tents, they kind of recommended this one. It folds in half essentially.
Yeah, it's like the old
X cover style. Yeah, like the iCamper.
Yeah.
And there's so much space in there, and it's pitch black. We need a flashlight to look around midday and on a sunny day. So
that is exactly what you want in a rooftop tent.
That's exactly what you want.
As much space as possible and darkness.
Yes, we could probably fit me, my wife, and 4 kids comfortably in there.
Wow.
So it's pretty massive.
That is incredible.
It's a phenomenal tent. They have really good quality. We've ran a multitude of different tents over the years, and their quality's really been great.
I had a Free Spirit back in my 3rd gen 4Runner way back in the day, and it was one of the best tents I've ever ran.
They're cool, man. And it's a local company here to us in Colorado, and they produce some really phenomenal things. So they're good people over there as well.
Very cool. Let's move on to the back.
Sure.
Rear suspension, similar thing?
Rear suspension, we're doing the same here. We've got locked off-road shocks, and then we've got it kind of going hand in hand with some Dobinson springs, actually.
Ooh, Dobinson springs. Are you rocking teal, black? What color?
We got the red Domestic interior.
Red.
Yep, definitely.
Very nice.
So we're on a 3-inch lift all the way around. The spring is a 440-pound rated spring, just for when we do swing outs and everything else when it all comes in. So.
And with those batteries in the back, I'm sure it helps a little bit.
I'm sure it does. Yeah. It's a heavy vehicle for sure, but it still scoots, man. These twin turbo V6s are pretty gnarly.
It's instant. Yeah. Do you have a tune on it at all?
No tunes yet. We're still kind of waiting. I've heard rumors about how much power is actually being delivered to these, and if a tune comes out, it's going to be even scarier. So.
I've seen some people come out with those JB4 tunes recently for them, and I'm like, it's just like those Audi days.
Dude,
you
I
get
tell
into
you what.
400 horsepower real quick.
These are scary quick, and even with all the armor and everything, we've got no issues with it.
Yeah.
It gets up and goes. But,
so let's move on to the rear bumper.
Sure, absolutely.
You were telling us earlier you were having some issues potentially with the rear sensors.
So one of the big thing on the new Sequoias is all the technology. Obviously, with all the vehicles, there's so much technology in them.
Yeah.
This rear is a high clearance rear from CBI, and it's great. The only thing is that you have to relocate your radars that are in the factory OEM bumpers. So we actually have them up here underneath the tail lights.
Very
and we're
cool.
still waiting to get it all kind of recalibrated by Toyota to fix that issue. So, but aside from that, that's pretty much the only issue we do have with it.
Seems like a pretty simple solution, relocate and get recalibrated.
Yep, exactly. So, and down below on the bumper, we're running the S2 flush mounts that are actually wired into our reverse lights. So,
that's
it's a lot of lumens, and then we've got our chase lights up top. So, it works well. We still have to do some scenic lighting as well for the, all the lumens. Just got to put lumens on.
And do you have rock lights at all?
No rock lights yet. We kind of
you got to have the party lights.
I know, man. We kind of waited to do those until we were able to do it on the side lighting as well. So we're going to get some Prinsu
those new brackets or the handles.
That's the one. Yeah, man. I can't even think. The Prinsu handles, we'll get those, and those actually have like built-in sections for rock lights. So we'll throw Baja designs in it as well. So it's definitely a rad setup, and CBI did great with this bumper. So we actually still maintain
unbelievably tucked.
Yes, and we still maintain the factory hitch. This is kind of a cool little piece here.
Oh,
it's got
no way.
Buttons that just pop it right off like so.
Like those little hood pin.
Yep, that's it.
That's
man.
cool.
Just a little cover plate, so it's rad. We use it for our MX hauler for the Sur-Ron or dirt bike or whatever we want.
That's awesome.
Throw it right on. So.
Did you have a swing out on your 4Runner back in the day?
4Runner we did, yep, and that one sat really close and really tight. And we like being able, when you're running 37s, there's not many places to put it. So a swing out's kind of important for us. But,
did you ditch the spare with this build?
We did, yep. We got rid of the spare just to kind of lighten some weight.
Yeah.
Obviously running 37s and stuff like that.
You really don't
for the best.
That's how I've been. I dropped the spare. I'm doing a sidewall patch kit now and a couple plugs.
That's the best thing to do, in my opinion, for this until we come up with a better solution. But
exactly.
Yeah, it's all working really well. So
and these tires are pretty stout. Like I trust Nitto's.
Nitto's great, man. The Recons are kind of a newer tire for them.
Yeah.
And we ran the Ridge grapplers on the Tundra. With the Recon grapplers, though, they're supposed to be a little bit better for the winter. They're not even winter rated. They're an all-terrain, but everyone said they're great tires. And here in Colorado, you know how much snow we get.
Yeah,
so.
We need that here.
Definitely.
It's that fight between, do I choose the MT for the rocks in the summer, the AT for the snow in the winter? So.
Exactly, and if you got the money, do both.
Yeah, exactly. Have two sets.
That's right.
But,
yeah, we love them though. Nitto's a great company to work with. We're actually part of the pit crew, which is a wonderful program that they have, and they send us all type of goodies and good fun. Yeah.
That's awesome. I think that's Ian over there, is that right?
Ian, yep.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
He runs the pit crew. I think Sarah's here at Expo this go around, but she's also just as wonderful. So really cool people to work with.
Is there anything missing on the inside that we need to touch on?
We can come over here. I'll show you the engine bay, and I'll show you our switch panel.
Yeah, I'd love to see it.
Hopefully it's not too messy. No, we're good. It's all muddy from
look at that.
All the rain that we've been getting.
Amazing TRD Pro interior.
Yeah, we've got the red TRD Pro interior, which is one of the things that we really liked.
Yeah.
And the interior is so well done. A lot of the older models, they seemed almost archaic,
Oh, totally.
From my 21 Tundra to a 22 Tundra, it was a complete revamp.
10 years outdated.
It was unbelievable. And some of that's kind of nice because I like the simplicity of things, but with the wife, she absolutely loves all the luxury that comes with it.
And it's still simple enough. You get the big knobs, you get all the normal stuff you love in a Toyota.
Sure, plus a massive infotainment system.
Oh, I know.
So, it's like a 14-inch screen up there, so it's pretty cool.
Set the cruise at 80 and hit the road.
Just go.
Go on a road trip.
That's all you got to do. So on this, we actually have the S-Pod, which is
clean.
Baja Design's also company.
Yeah.
It's kind of their additional company that they run, and it's solid. It's one of the best programs that we actually ran for switches. With the mount, it's a Running for Tacos mount that they're developing, so it's still kind of in the works right now.
Very cool.
And it sits in there great. It's a super clean look, and we have no issues.
Because it truly looks factory right there.
It definitely does. And what's funny is that's actually a red panel, but we used the textured black that matched perfectly, so it blended right in. We had no problem.
Oh, that's super cool.
So, and in the under the hood, if you want to follow me over there. We linked up with our friends from Power Trays. So Maverick over at Power Trays made us a prototype mount right now.
Yeah.
To fit our S-Pod as well as a breaker switch. So we can turn the system on and off if we need to.
I was wondering about that. There's like no battery under the hood in these hybrid
Toyotas.
Yeah. So when you're running a winch line or a winch wire or anything like that, are you running the 0 gauge or that thick wire all the way back to under the seats?
Essentially, that's what's recommended, yeah. So a lot of it is kind of still in the works with Toyota. I know Maverick and S-Pod, they've all kind of worked together and collaborated with Toyota in order to find the best solution. So
Definitely.
Our S-Pod is actually ran to the fuse box. They've got a positive feed there, and then we just grounded it out to a bolt.
Very cool.
So the cool thing about this bracket though is if I want to run additional items, if I want to run a compressor, if I want to run another S-Pod, because of switch regulation, I can actually flip that around and we can do another custom bracket on this side.
Very cool.
So it's just the exact same,
and
opposite.
that aluminum looks so clean with the flush mounted hardware.
It's a great install. Maverick's wonderful over there.
Yeah,
and,
that's no joke.
He
That's
makes
a real
some
deal.
really cool trays for a multitude of different things. So
Yeah.
that's pretty much it though for the Sequoia. We're going to be in talks here with K&N for some intakes and see if we can figure out a few more things for this.
Yeah.
And go from there.
Well, very cool. Thank you for having us.
You bet.
Thanks for shouting us out. And
Absolutely.
this is the world famous PupperRunner.
I don't know about world famous. Maybe international, but yeah.
International. Yeah.